Academia, My Hero Villain Academia, more right. And you know, it's great to see some backstories of the bad guys. Of course, there'll be more of that, hopefully, right? And seeing how they meet and so on. And yeah, this episode was, you know, I do really love Endeavour though. I love Endeavour. So maybe Endeavour was the best episode, but still, we finally the final, like the bad guy arc. So I'm really happy about that. I will say one thing though. Obviously, it felt like last episode was a great episode, but it should have been probably earlier. It felt like this order is wrong, but whatever. That's 21 here. So 3, 2, 1, and go. More bad guys. Oh, some kind of fight on the street. Yeah, I want to see the Villain Academia. Let's go. Put that in there. There we go. There we go. So it's the liberation, I guess. Okay, yeah. I think it's young, I guess. I think so. Like, that's true. Well, it makes sense that there used to be more crazy quirk fighters, all right? Before the government was like, we have to regulate powers and... Yeah, so writing this, like, the Liberation Front book and so on. That makes sense though, they had to, like, of course, regulate. Hello, bro, good morning. Yeah, of course. You got that black thing over his one eye there. Yeah, so let me see what really a black. I mean, obviously the same guy, that was obviously early too. It's him, but there we go. The villain. It's probably gonna keep the Villain Academia opening, right? It's probably gonna be like Academia Evil now. In the beginning here. Exactly. My hero. More like my villains, probably. Yes, there we go. My Villain Academia. But I said it last week, I said it again here. Man, if they change the opening here, that would be the best thing ever. I mean, obviously change the title, but you know, that's that thing. But if Deku was removed, right, and it was like, yeah, instead of Bakugo with Toga walking and so on, it would have been, it would have been amazing. I would have loved it. Kind of got the Gintama TV. It's changed the ultimate character to opening here. If you've seen the Gintama and the Gintoki and Kintoki, Gin and Kinra, silver and gold, when they changed it for the gold guy instead. That is amazing. But yeah, I'm watching, of course, Great Yaya tonight. A couple of animes were delayed last week. Maybe Olympics. I don't know why, but yeah, a couple 3-4 animes, right? Like Eden, Yaya, what's it called? Remain, yeah, the water polo anime. Yeah, water polo. It's a pretty good show. Pretty interesting, actually. Remain. Not as good as Taisho Samurai, though. Taisho Samurai wasn't best anime, I think, last year. From Mappa. Here we go. Bad guy time. Do I stretch before you fight? Yeah, come on. So you have to get a broken eye mask now. It's too much damage, man, for these poor bad guys. So you're waiting for his backstory, right? This might be an episode where you dub his backstory. Oh, here it comes, of course. Oh no? No, yeah, of course, this guy. Of course. They received halves a lot. Yeah. Yeah, so he's, you know, hero. Yeah, hero? It's like, hero. Yeah, it's like, hero. They look like the Prowler. Man, they got really with the Prowler in Spider-Man and so on in Marvel, but the first time I saw it was in Spider-Man as a kid. Which is this like ex-crook kind of hero, bad kind of anti-hero guy. Okay, so you're gonna meet, of course, all the bad guys. You're gonna have some, you know, friendly rivalry, right? I want to keep wondering if there's some kind of zombie powers, right? Because we're... Let me choose like a zombie Let's Say girl, come on. Oh, here we go. I love the old lady with the broom there. Oh, it's fight time! It's like, what? Yeah, the whole video is just bad guys. Okay. I love it. An old lady with a broom appears. Oh, there's some badass fight there. Man, these guys, man. Yeah, so they got a lot of people in the whatever, they're dead, right? It's like, whatever. Let's kill them all. Ah, TOGA-CHAN! Got a nuke on her. What happened? Like a mine? Landmine? I'm trying to fight a girl, right? It's gonna be girl. It's always girl fights. Yeah, it's always a girl and girl, right? Come on. It's always the... Exactly. It's always, you know, female-oriented fights. It's every anime. Always. And Marvel is the one too. These are comics. It's always like, you know... The super bad... You fight super bad girl, right? Of course. Of course you're gonna fight her. Nice. Of course. It's always like that. Okay. We have to now. Oh yeah, of course, it's just like in the... You're gonna save your friend, right? Of course. The whole finger... the finger incident, yeah, it's like, Oh, please no more flashback, man. Don't do all the flashbacks. Don't devalue the episode by giving us like a 10-minute recap of previous episodes. Yeah, a little bit normal. Yes, I know he's explaining why he's talking while it's happening. So it's not like it's some new things to it, but still though. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem of this season, right? That wasn't that long, but they love doing this shit, right? They're like, yeah, let's have a few minutes of like this happened. Okay, best girl appears though, so that's good though. Still though, a recap, but it's just the season, right? They're always like, let's do show Dabi again for a minute here, or whatever. Come on, get to it already. Yeah, I mean, finally, yeah. I want to see this huge street fight here. So here we go. So you can have, I don't know, some weird mouth quirk. Maybe all body parts can turn into mouths. Chef guy, that was the best part. The guy has like, my hands can turn into some Yankees, but delinquent boys. But go on, the chef guy, my hands can turn into like a spoon or something. Oh yeah, like a frying pan. The amazing power of turning into utilities. Okay, so is TOGA gonna beat them all? Maybe. I mean, a lot of the people are pretty weak, right? They're not the strongest bad guys, really. They're kind of like a bunch of weaklings, I feel. Oh man, we might get like a real TOGA backstory here. Yeah, it might give us like the real... See, here we go. TOGA's gonna own them, right? Come on, TOGA's gonna own them. I hate the TOGA teams be like, slice them up like... here we go, see? Look at this best girl. Okay. Didn't go that well. Okay, it didn't go that good for her. But maybe afterwards, damn it, it didn't go that well for her. She got one person. Yeah, her power isn't really like, no, I don't know. It's a lot of landmines. This woman loves landmines. Yeah, she's an explosive woman, definitely. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, like, yeah. Could be a good Bakugo matchup later. Explodes. Hit the chicken. Holy shit, man! This episode is filled with a lot of cool quirks. But here we go, though. TOGA-CHAN is gonna. I wonder if they planned for this with her blood powers, but. I feel that TOGA has like one of the weakest powers to fight against a lot of people. Not the best power to fight like 10 people with. Yeah, and now they're like the... Yeah. Explosive blood, baby. Man. I think TOGA's gonna die, really. But definitely feels like she's gonna get owned harder. Little TOGA-CHAN. More freaking minds. Yeah, look at this thing! Ah, man, it's like... Oh, the best girl! It's like, is it mine? Like, okay, yeah, okay. She has like 50 mice in that alley. Okay, this woman is like, I'm pushing mine everywhere. Holy shit, Toga's getting on. Man, she's like, I put a landmine in every location in the city. Everywhere. Oh, here we go, though. Yeah, the Toga. It could be interesting to see a Toga backstory. I want to... Ooh, a cute boy. She got her younger love. Man, it'd be interesting seeing... Oh, I guess she's younger there. She was in love. She's I can understand. I'm also younger for my man. is that her? She sees herself in Toga. She's in love with him, of course. She's like, yeah, I understand a woman's heart. Is that her point? I get it, girl. I get it. I guess so. Yeah. Oh, he's like, your love is weak. Toga's gonna be like, you can't compare to me, lady, old lady. I'm a real woman, yeah. My love power is much harder than you. Toga's gonna be like, my love is much stronger than your love, so I am much stronger than you, right? I feel that's gonna be Toga's counter here. Yeah, he's like, talking about love, old lady? Come on. Exactly. Toga was like, I stabbed him, it was awesome. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so beautiful little best girl. And now we got the Mavilla and Kamiya for us. Oh, I didn't do take his face. Basically, the whole village is like a freaking bad guy place, and these are mine in every location. If you take one step, it's a landmine. You take another step, it's a landmine. I guess they're explaining in like a Toga backstory now, kind of giving her perspective. Not her perspective, but I mean like people talking about the crime, I guess. Yeah, like people, discussion like what she did, right, for the news and so on. Yeah, and that's like her parents, right? She's a demon child. Yeah, exactly. Mommy, kill this birdie! So we get the freaking the TOGA-CHAN. Clearly a sociopathic little girl here. Yeah, kill this bird, mommy. Classic sociopathic trait, right? Playing with the animals. Yeah, that definitely is a true face, but I don't feel like she was really hiding that she's like a crazy murderous. Well, okay, she might lose still though, but. I guess because I'm weird, I'm gonna raise. I would be a new mommy. Maybe. It's like, I will adopt you, and I will teach you. This is some weird. Yeah, she really loves blood, right? You can blame her a clerk, I guess. Yeah. Of course, Toga was out bleeding up with the birds. Okay. Man, you see the Toga drinking bird blood? Come on, Toga. Stop smiling! Yeah, she looks like she always looks kinda evil. Maybe it isn't her parents' fault though. They were like, well, she killed birds because it was fun. Oh, she can like make a block? Okay, yeah, sure, why not? This woman and her weird... she loves explosions. She's definitely, come on, she's the Bakugo masturbator. She's definitely loves to explode stuff. Man, does she really own Toga though? There's no chance there, but... I think she's like, I'm gonna adopt you now, yeah. I'm gonna make you my girl. Perfect little crazy psychopath. This is perfect. Well, she's more a sociopath, I guess, but... What's yourself supposed to... Oh, whatever. Yeah, but Toga is like, no! Yeah, I'm gonna get her blood power so I can transform. There's so many mines everywhere though. She's like, oh, another mine. Exactly. I take the blood of people I love, man. Like Urika! So I love this cute little girl. Man, this woman's also a crazy yammer, clearly. So that guy got a stick or something. I don't know. He picked up like a stick. Okay, that was like. Man, she's a sick woman, man. Got her crazy style blood stockpile. But see, she's also crazy. They're both weirdos. More this goddamn explosive hand though. But I guess you get her blood? Alright, her maybe? Man. Can I send her away with Urika's gravity? Men det är intressant. Jag är en goosebump seeing Urika tåga honom. Yeah. She's like, I can use her quirk now. I can use her quirk now! On an upgrade in power shape for Toga. So you can like... Yeah, so you can upgrade the Toga, right? So you can... Yeah, she powered up, baby! You can push her limit. Push through a Genkai there. It's a Yami thing here. Like, you gotta push through your limit, girl! But yeah, I've never seen it before, of course, use other people's quirks in a sense. But it looks very temporary. Oh yeah. This looks weird. With the evil Toga, evil Urika face. Yeah, and make them drop it down. There's a blood fountain behind her. But she unlocked, of course, her powers. Never seen that before. Another mimic power. But looked very temporary. Like she lost her form immediately, right? Yeah, she can only do it for a short while. She will need more blood, I guess. So very temporarily mimic power. But definitely that power after Toga there. But she can, of course, probably turn into Deku. Just to, you know. Will she get all Deku's quirks then? All those 7-8 quirks? Okay. He's fighting with the leader. Well, he hasn't slept, right? He was training out there in the mountain range. But his powers is really good against a lot of people. He can easily kill everyone by touching them. His powers like they all die, right? His powers are destructive. I feel he's an easy time fighting a lot of nobodies. Oh, maybe more flashbacks. Yeah, another flashback, yeah. That meta thing. Oh, of course. All Might Mentor, yeah. He doesn't even remember her. The sister, I guess, that we saw last episode a bit. See, I mean, his powers is like, whatever, they're all dead, right? Like, I don't care. Yeah, his powers is very good against all these nobodies. As if he kind of powered up to them, because he only touched one person. Yeah, exactly. Like, he spread his... Well, I mean, I guess the cake can, like, spread into... A lot of power up in here, but yeah, I guess it's spread into the people next to him, right? I also want to power up! Yes, I also want to have a new level up here, come on, man! So he's fighting like an ice guy. An ice climber guy. Looking guy. This is like a really bad matchup though. Who's gonna attack a fire Pokemon with an ice Pokemon, man? Yeah, this feels like a really bad matchup. Well, maybe we can display some bit of the Dabi backstory there. Yeah. It's like... But the ass didn't know that? It's like, wait, you can melt ice? Oh, okay, it's like control ice? It's like create ice, I guess? Still, you can still melt it though. I don't know, like. But as we know that Dao is supposed to have the hottest fire, right? He has supposed to have the highest blue flames, so have to be red flames, right? So should melt ice even better. Yeah, Toga ran ahead and get owned, but she leveled up at least. Okay, what's Twice doing? Maybe it's helping Toga? Yeah, it's like, I was worried about the girl, right? Come on. He's playing every watch. he's mimicking the viewer. TOGA-CHAN! Because Twice has his issues. It's like, not the best guy to maybe help you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, first aid from Twice doesn't feel very effective. Man, these guys are like all over the place. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, I guess maybe Twice powering up now too then. He's gonna be pissed off for it. It looks like they're sending Twice people at them though. So they have what? Yeah, what? They have the Twice clone something? What? They are living in... Man, this is like his worst nightmare. What's happening? That is all the course to create them. I guess they created more Twice clones or something. Yeah, like Twice puppets. Something. Man, this is a mindfucker. He's having like created this Twice clones. What? Man, I feel sorry for Twice, man. Like his worst nightmare. We're sending Twice people at him. Holy shit, man. Oh my god, this episode. This is some mental fuckery. Holy shit, man. This is some horrible. Man, that ending. Like we're creating this Twice army. We're gonna screw his mind with this shit. Oh my god, that poor guy, man. That poor guy. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna really watch if there's something after the head perhaps. Whatever, yeah. So we have the preview. Twice, baby. That freaking gave me a heart attack. Import Twice, man. Well, the preview just keep fighting. There's a girl with a helicopter. That's kind of cute. And Twice looks going crazy. I think Twice is gonna also... Yeah, they're gonna take Toga, right? So he's gonna get... Yeah, sorrowful double, yeah. So it's gonna be a Twice episode. That would be interesting. He's also gonna probably power up, right? Everyone is like powering up somehow, so I guess he's gonna like also level up his character to save TOGA-CHAN somehow, right? Given the preview, probably. But man, that was some twisted ending. Let's talk with that. That's some man. These guys are freaking evil, man. Holy shit. So yeah, let's review the episode. These people are freaking evil, man. So yeah, they have. Oh man. So of course, as we know with the Twice thing, alright, he went crazy. He has the power, of course, to create duplicates, and they kind of, you know, who's the real one, and if he has the scar in the face and all the stuff, right, that has to have the mask on to go crazy. So yeah, they're like, let's make puppet clones of Twice and attack you with them. That's gonna be hilarious. So he's gonna have a lot of Mentos right in this episode, certainly. But it's really interesting because this again points to we saw with Toga's fight, Toga having owned, right, that these bad guys, the Liberation Front bad guys, they clearly have a lot of data. They're clearly very rich. He's basically kind of the evil, rich millionaire bad guy, right? And he's like, oh, we use our satellites, we know their backstory, so yeah, they seem to know his exact... I mean, they did also, of course, you know, I guess, interrogate his friend, right? But still, he seems to know exactly his weakness. They prepared it, and the same with Toga and so on. So they're clearly owning them right now here. But at least they're leveling up, right? This is like a bad guy training org. Yeah, they're like, by pushing the bad guys to the limits, to the Genkai, they can level up, right? So Toga, of course, leveled up, and I certainly Twice can... He's gonna have to, of course, do it. And you know, here he's like, Toga is, of course, his best friend, so I'm guessing he's gonna be able to level up to save Toga, right? It's gonna be his push him over the edge, try to beat his clones, right? Or call them like the doppelganger or whatever you can call them. So he's probably gonna create more stuff, right? He's gonna have to create more of himself. That might make him overcome his own fear then of creating many multiple man clones, right? For that matter. Like he's obviously afraid of using his powers to its full extent, so having to save Toga it's probably gonna push him more limit, right? That's interesting. But I go to Toga then, because Toga, freaking TOGA-CHAN, she did, of course, push herself to the limit and actually unlocked a new quirk there. Actually managed to, of course, use Urika's powers when she cloned her. So the first time you see her actually being able to not only turn into them right with the blood, but actually copying the powers. So you can find it here, and of course she's getting all horny for it because she's also a weird younger. It's like, oh, she's so cute now with this Toga body. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. She was like, I want to be like Toga. I want to be Urika, right? Here it is. I find the scene there. It's beautiful seeing Toga pushing her limit. Bad guy pushing the Genkis. Yeah, there we go. That's the way to work. I was like, where's the scene? Here we go, yeah. So there's a really cool scene that TOGA-CHAN as Urakara is first time use her powers then. And then of course could gravity them. And I love the ending too, because he did the Urika, the touching everyone and did the whole, of course, the Urika stance, right? And then we saw that, but instead of being an Urika, of course, when they she throws rocks at them, Toga is throwing blood, right? So behind her, it's like a fountain of blood, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's Urika Toga, yeah, it's a nice touch to it. But it was cool, definitely, really cool seeing her, improving her powers. Definitely looked very, very short though, comparing to like the mimic power, where you can have 5 different powers and so on. For a duration, and she seemed very, very short-lived, right? Like, by turning into Urika and actually using the powers, she lost her body, her Urika body shape, right? Almost immediately. So, seems to be a very limited power, though. But that being said, I guess because you can, drink the blood, right? And kind of get the powers back again. If she had a huge amount of blood from Urika, she probably can just, keep drinking blood, right? And, of course, keep being in the body. So, I guess it just consumes the blood power quickly. So if she has more blood, a bigger blood bank, she can probably do it forever, right? Like in theory, she just keep drinking like a health potion, right? So to speak. Or maybe it was a mana potion, but it's a red, it's a health potion. It's a nice power up her, which makes I think it makes perfect sense, right? I think it makes perfect sense she would be able to clone their powers in that sense, because he of course turns into them. And this scene was beautiful. This scene was beautiful. An evil half face, half thing there. Just clearly quickly losing the body power. I was like, yeah, I'm using that Urika. It was beautiful. It was a really good scene. It's a really good episode, definitely. Probably the best episode. This arc is scored much better than we had. The first one was definitely the weakest, of course, with the tournament arc thing, right? The endavour arc was good. It was very slow paced, but it was good. I mean, I love endavour. It's the right thing. It is awesome to see. They're all kind of leveling up. Shigaki has the whole decay thing, so right. So it seems to be a huge leveling arc really for the bad guys, which of course is gonna come back and they're gonna fight Deku or whatever at the end of the arc, I guess. I mean, eventually these arcs they handle, right? They're gonna turn them. I mean, I'm guessing that but I'm guessing after we have next episode with twice and so on, then the story probably goes back to being, Hero Academia, right? And then they're gonna fight these guys, and they're of course all gonna be like 10 levels higher, right? Because they're push to the limit, right? So it's a nice, really. I mean, I like it a lot because it's really like, it motivates the bad guys getting stronger in this really hardcore training on for them, right? And actually, but like it makes sense. Like it's not like it doesn't feel forced that they're suddenly stronger. They're actually training in this crazy way, right? So he's getting a decay thing, definitely. When I reacted, like, yeah, he definitely can touch one guy and everyone died immediately, right? Like an AoE thing. But that makes sense to me, absolutely. I mean, his power is basically, it touches you, right? And your body kind of decays. So why would that spread? Make perfect sense. But I made this video game 19. I made all the games in my life, but I released one game in 19, and I had this unit called the Scourge that it can control like a viral plague, at an enemy, or an ally for that matter, if you want to. But and then it hits like an AoE attack around you, right? And if it hits the guy, an ally next to that guy, it spreads, right? A typical Scourge, typical like. It's kind of, venomous attack. And if you hit the Scourge, it poisons you back and so on, right? So certainly, because his power is basically some kind of plague decay, right? And yeah, I think it makes perfect sense. He could touch one guy, and the guy next to him also would you know, be infected, right? Like, yeah, like why not? And he could even jump over bodies. I can live with that too, definitely. I mean, because it's like a plague, right? So you touch one guy and it kind of makes the body explode. And if, for example, I think it makes sense if his body parts, the one he creates, touches you, if that kind of petrification stone touches you, you also might die, right? Because it's like that flies to you, and then that, like that stone thing is gonna, you know, make you transform too, right? That could be how it works. I don't know exactly how it works, but I think that would make sense, yeah. Like, because this is actually like a virus, right? So even kind of the dust he creates could definitely kill someone, I suppose, right? If he like maximizes his quirk. So yeah, like that it could be a good way to make him really powerful. Of course, he's powerful, but I mean even stronger. By course, like touching one person and that might spread like some kind of virus, right, and killing a village, right, or a city, so on. Definitely. So quite the power up, definitely. Quite the massive power up to be able to kind of spread the decaying petrification plagues. But I think it makes definitely a lot of sense to just be like, yeah, this is just how his power is going to level up, right? In one way, at least. He probably can have even more power-ups, but like, at least from that angle, getting that decaying touch to it. Okay, cut that twice. Yeah. We just to break his neck and cries. I guess you can't diss them then. Can't insult his liberation army. But that's probably cut out then, because it sounds brutal, right? Yeah, he breaks this. This sounds brutal. So that's probably why it cut him out, right? It's like it's too violent, right? Not family friendly enough. Wouldn't surprise me if they do that sense. I thought you said anime, right? They usually cut away some of the most brutal scenes. I'm thinking about Dabi. So I think Dabi has the most straightforward fighting. So Dabi, of course, is fighting Ice Guy, and this feels like the most straightforward worst fight. The Ice Guy is like, what, ice can melt? He doesn't even argue with it. You can melt my ice, but I can make more ice, or can I control it? But still, though. No, yeah, I understand what you meant there. Yeah, I understand what you meant, that that he breaks the other guy's neck. Yeah, not twice. Yeah, I got what you meant. Yeah, but I think they just probably remove that, right, because it's like probably too brutal. But anyway, I mean, obviously every time I sit down, I think I'm Pokemon. I give it Pokemon. I'm like, it's an ice Pokemon, fire Pokemon, worst thing ever. And also because like how say it, Dabi is said, like TOYA, right? Because they're obviously the same person. Is said to have the highest flame. I think his flame is higher. Temperature, right, than endavour and so on, and also I guess Todoroki, right? Like, he has the highest fire temperature. As I explained in the episode, it makes sense because blue flames is a high temperature in red flames, because a blue fire is created by the oxygen being burned at a higher level, right? So it creates like a plasma thing, maybe, depends on how high it is, but that's kind of why it's blue. So yeah, like Dabi has a much higher temperature fire. So he's easily gonna melt the ice. So I really don't see why this guy's gonna be a trouble for him. He's gonna melt it, but I guess he has to, like, I don't know, level up by, I don't know, higher temperature, right? You know, massive increasing the temperature, I suppose. Feels very straightforward. Reminds me of the Flash. If you've seen the Flash TV show, it's like, run faster, Barry, just run faster. It reminds me of that. It's like, just go higher temperature. It feels like a very, very straightforward power up, right? Where TOGA is actually like unlocking, drinking blood and getting someone's power. She got like decaying power, right? And twice, I guess, has to overcome his mental. For twice, if it's more like he has the power, he has to kind of overcome his mental lock, right? But then Dabi is like, I don't know, go higher temperature, maximize the flame or something. It feels pretty straightforward. Like, yeah, just go hotter. We didn't see the other guys. Did you see the other guys fight? But anyway, it's a great chapter, or so episode, because one thing I really love in this episode, right, is all this weird stuff. But yeah, one thing I really love in this episode is seeing all these weird quirks. I mean, obviously these people are kind of low-level nobodies, but I really enjoy seeing this, like, he's the guy, he got like a chef power. He's like a chef guy, he can turn his hand into like a spoon or something. And you go, okay, you know, you can throw like dishes or something, you can throw like food at you, or so. Yeah, he's a plate thrower. I mean, I think this is really, it's just fun. It's just fun seeing this, you know, random people with different quirks, right? Because one thing that I always I have to say that I always complained about My Hero Academia, especially season 2, is when they have this fight in the village, in the cities, when they have the people there, we don't see them use quirks. People are like, oh, but they have to have hero license and this blah blah stuff, right? But it doesn't make any sense, because if someone tries to killing you, if I had a quirk, if I wasn't a hero, someone tried to kill me, of course I would use the quirk in self-defense, even if my quirk would be like, oh, I can throw a tiny fireball, but I'll still use it, right? So when the norm was sort of like, murdering people in the village, right, kind of thing, just going around, and everyone's like, yeah, no one using the quirks, I think that to me is just weird. Like, why wouldn't you use the quirks? Even if the quirks are quite weak, if you use them. Who cares if it's breaking the hero kind of laws? Who cares if I'm gonna die or not? I'm gonna use it as a reflex. So it never made any sense. This episode here, I think it's a lot better, right? Sure, these are bad guys, so they don't actually care about the laws, obviously. But this makes sense. Like, because not everyone, but most people have quirks, right? The majority of people are gonna have quirks. So I'm really enjoying the episode on this point, definitely. Seeing everyone running around with different weird quirks. Even if the quirks obviously aren't that good. Okay, he can like make a spoon hand. Yeah, okay, like that's a pretty like whatever quirk, right? But it's just fun seeing that everyone in this village has like quirks or city, whatever. They have different weird weird stuff going on with them. It's just cute. Like you see the guy with like whip hand, and there's a bunch of different weird quirk guys. The guy with the hand, the guy with like he can transform his hand into like a mouth thing, right? There's a lot of creative powers. I think that's really great. Seeing them all, like it's my weird quirk power. And the good thing is that because the premise is that everyone is like a quirk kind of thing, right? They don't need a backstory to explain why they have powers. That's similar, for example, than X-Men, as everyone knows X-Men is, right? Yeah. but anyway, X-Men. That's actually, if you ever read like Stan Lee's book about this one, Stan Lee explains that the reason they made the X-Men was because they were like, oh, with Spider-Man, we had to create like a backstory in this thing. With Iron Man, we had to create a backstory and so on. With the X-Men, sure, they have backstories. They have like the life, they have, Nightcrawler is this guy, blah, blah, so on. But they were like, why do they have powers? Well, they were just born with powers, right? That's why they made the X-Men, because they could make a lot more bad guys and good guys, of course, and just be like, well, whatever, it's like 10 bad guys, they're mutants. It's easier for them to just, come up with why do they have powers, right? That's why they established the whole mutant thing and the different, inheriting power and so on, right? When they started writing the X-Men, because it was so much easier to create so many more characters. Where the Avengers characters are all, usually humans that gain powers, right? Maybe someone's a god, but most of them are like humans gaining powers, like the Hulk and so on. And they have to explain how that makes sense, right? So they felt the X-Men was like the good thing. And here's the same thing, right? They're like, because the world building is like, well, everyone is a mutant, it's so easy for the author to be like, here's a mouth guy, he can critically come out. He has a big mouth. And, so on. So it's to kind of build on that, just throwing in a lot of creative powers. What we're thinking about. So I think that's a great way to make the episode and the world building funnier, because he can just throw in the spoon guy, right? He's like, why not? He can have a spoon power. He can have a weird quirk. I mean, one thing that I think is funny with this world building, just like with X-Men, but also with McNeil, is that you can have a lot of bad powers, of course. As we know, we can have a lot of bad quirks that no one actually would ever use for being a hero. We are in, I think, a lot of other shows. A lot of people are kind of like, well, most powers are kind of good, right? But here you can have a lot of like just crappy powers that no one ever wants, right? But I guess one thing though, which I would say definitely in the One Piece though, if it goes to One Piece, there are some bad fruits definitely, but mostly in One Piece though, I think that strength there though is that there are a lot of weird powers in One Piece, but Oda is like, I can make this work. I can make this guy cracker. He make cookies, so they can be powerful. So in One Piece, it's more like they have really weird powers, and Oda makes it powerful, right? He makes it powerful, yeah. But here's a lot of bad powers. We throw in like a lot of crazy people with, oh, look at the mouth guy. He can like bite you or something. So that's funny in its own way, right? Yeah, it's like, what shitty power can I come up with today? This guy. Like, there's one guy in, this is in Marvel though, there's one guy in Marvel that has transparent skin, right? So you can see through his skin. That's his only power. His skin is transparent. He's completely useless. You can use like, oh, you can see his bone and flesh. Oh, what a great power. Like, he's not invisible, right? His skin is invisible. It's such a bad power. Like, this is like, he got a really bad quirk, man. Kind of like the guy that could, what could you do in the Kirishima's backstory? You can make a rock thing, you can throw a little rock. He's like, I can throw stones at you, and it's like the pebble. It's like, yeah, look at my power. It's like a little pebble thing coming up. It's like basically like a rock you throw from the ground, right? Like it's a horrible quirk, really. I guess in theory, though, the guy that can create like rocks and pebbles actually has a kind of earth power. I mean, I guess we could level it up. We could like control earthquake, whatever, like a Whitebeard thing. I suppose so. Maybe in theory, it's the same thing. It's like a level 1 thing. But still, though, it's actually one of my, I think, a really good side part of the episode, right? That everyone has these, funny quirks we get to see, like the chef guy and so on. Chef guy's probably the best guy. He's like, oh, I was born with the power to create a spoon hand. I'm gonna be a chef. It's kind of like born for that job, right? Like I have the power to create forks and spoons and so on in my hands, kitchen utensils. I have a utensil power. I better be a chef. It's like a evil chef guy. What else can I do with my powers? But yeah, on your last point there, it is sad that they censor stuff that of course removes character building, right? Which is in a lot of animes. My worst favorite example of that, when they kind of remove or add scenes in the animes versus the mangas, when it kind of changes the characterization, is the Naruto. So it's a spoiler here, and spoiler Naruto, but it's old school, right? So when Sasori meets Kankuro in Naruto, that's my favorite part of that. Because in the manga, Sasori beats him in one panel, and it's like that and it's over. But in the anime, it's like an episode. And it's the opposite, right? They add so much on that fight, you're like, well, this is so different. In the manga, it's supposed to be that the Sasori is so good at building puppets, right? They can just dismantle them easily. In the anime, then, it's like a filler fight, right? They completely changes the dynamic of how good of puppeteer Sasori is, right? It completely ruins his backstory. I'm like, holy shit, man. If you look at it from like a power perspective, it's ridiculous. Hadou, same thing with Zoro in One Piece. Really changed the station there. But yeah, every time they remove stuff, right, from the manga, especially if it's like a character building moment, of course it's bad, but I'm guessing the reason why is because they're like, oh, it's too brutal. This guy is too much of a bad guy. We can't show that. So that's unfortunate, right? They're removing that stuff. And I want to spoil it, but I can say one thing. Yesterday I read Black Clover, and that recent fight in Black Clover, Noelle is basically butt naked the whole fight. So I'm waiting for how the anime is gonna do that, because Tabata has been doing like, here's Noelle showing her assets every chapter. You're like, I wonder how they're gonna animate that, because that doesn't feel like a shonen show anymore. It's like an so I'm looking forward to when Black Clover comes back to be like, I wonder how they're gonna animate this thing. They're gonna have to give her a lot of extra clothing, I guess, and censor it, something like that. But we guys, subscribe to see you guys. Let's now go to TOYA, TOGA Revengers, and Erasure Hero. Of course, tomorrow we have One Piece. And I said again here, I'm really enjoying FINNALLY, another pirate anime, wonderfully beautiful anime that started 2 weeks ago, which is a short anime but really beautiful. Like one of the, arguably probably the best looking anime this season from like an anime standpoint, and it's really fun and so on. So not really nice like shonen, kind of a Disney shonen show, but I really recommend it. It's like a weird anime because it really feels like a Disney show. Like it's made by Crunchyroll. So you feel like, wow, this is actually very Western, but it's definitely the best Western Crunchyroll show I've ever seen in my life. I mean, almost every Crunchyroll anime original is horrible. X-Arms is a man and all things. It's horrible. But the Pirate Princess is actually really good. It feels like a mixture between a shonen show and some kind of Mulan, some kind of Disney story. But it's fantastic, I think, honestly. So that's tomorrow, but One Piece is